on to day 2 of our Christmas theme video set. As of right now, it's looking like I'm gonna try and do this every day. At least I'm gonna attempt to. Day 2 is obviously from the title, stockings. I had this idea come into my head really as soon as I was making the prompt list. I didn't know how I wanted to implement it necessarily, but I knew I had the idea in the back of my mind and the general, I guess, layout, so to speak. I mean, I changed it up a few times as I was doing the rough sketch. I had more stockings, smaller stockings, different layout, like I had ornaments hanging, obviously it always changes. One of these times I will try and do like a video where I include like the whole sketching process. It's just, it changes up for me so much, and sometimes the sketch itself can take so long that I don't want to leave you guys with like a 20-minute video just because I have like all the sketching added in, which is, adds on time obviously. But all the same, I just wanted to have fun with this. I decided to do the Bear Buddies and kind of go with that quirky, like cute idea where stuff is in your stockings or like little animals are in your stockings. And these guys have kind of turned, like the more I draw them, the more I kind of realize they're more like bear fairies. In a manner of speaking, like, they're magical, they're awesome, and they're kind of just doing their own thing. And that's why I have the one that's hanging down below that's just completely ignoring gravity in a manner of speaking. So, just having fun with it and kind of just doing your own thing. And that's like the nice thing about doing like these little cartoon doodles and stuff like that, is that, or even just your art in general, is there's no rules. I know people are like, oh well, perspective and obviously logic has to come into play sometimes, gravity's a thing, blah blah blah. No, it's art, and it's you being creative and having fun. And unless you're trying to do something like hyper realistic, who the F cares? Just enjoy it and be different, because being different is what's fun. So that's kind of just where my thought was. I just wanted to do the cute little faces, the cute little designs, and I gave them like the little stars and little like magical specks because that's how I was feeling as I was drawing this. And I love how it turned out. The only downside I realized is that my strong red color, which I think is like R46, something like that. Don't take my word of mouth for it, because I'm not looking at anything. That's just me going off the top of my head. I noticed that it was a bit dry, or starting to dry out, and that's why it turns out to be more streaky. Now, that's the one thing I will say with Copics, is that if you are starting to dry out, that's one way that you'll be able to tell. Outside of just, you'll get kind of like a white nib on the end of your tip, but your color will end up being a lot more streaky than usual. And if you have a nice fluid amount of ink in your marker, you won't really get the streaky, unless you're just coloring a little bit too fast. But you shouldn't really, especially with the paper I use the Canson multimedia paper. It's pretty rare that I end up with the streaky color, unless obviously with those two cases I'm coloring too fast or I don't have enough ink. But all the same, I wanted to give this a stronger, more bold color to it. So that's why the reds and greens, and even I used that ice blue again from the video I did yesterday to add the shading to all the white color and everything. And I love the look. So be prepared, you'll probably see that a good little bit, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, I did use a bit of the Tombows for adding color to my little Bear Buddies, but outside of that, it was primarily Copic markers and the Pigma micron multi-liners. once again. So thank you for watching. I'm not going to be staying and talking for too long, but all the same, I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Thanks as always for checking it out, and I hope that you guys had a great weekend, and I hope that the week coming up is, you know, a good one. I know obviously you're like, ugh, Monday, why? But you'll get through it. And before you know it, it'll be another weekend where you can relax and just enjoy yourself. Alright, you guys take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.